Today we're going to talk about how a lot of people online like to start fights over programming languages and why I don't think it's a very productive way to look at programming. So let's get started. Good morning everyone and welcome back to the channel. So what I'm talking about exactly is how you go to certain places on the internet, generally places like Reddit. It doesn't normally happen on Stack Overflow, but you'll have people saying things like, oh, Python sucks, Ruby is better, Ruby sucks, Python is better, C# sucks, Java is better. And what I wanted to talk about basically is why I think this is a pointless discussion that is just a massive waste of time, and it doesn't do any good for anyone, so I don't really see any point of continuing it. So if we take the, Python sucks, Ruby is better, this would be like saying, there's actually even better ones than that. Python sucks, C# is better. That would be like saying, hammers suck, saws are better. These are two completely different tools, and they serve completely different purposes. Take Python, for instance. You wouldn't want to write, say, a massive text editor with it, or a enterprise application. That's not what it's designed for. But something it is designed for is take Vim's plugin system. It's designed to work with Python plugins, and that's because Python is generally easy to write. So it makes it fairly easy to allow users to create plugins. If we continue to talk about Python for a moment, there are places where I do think that it's really not designed to be there, but somehow it's managed to take a foothold there, and that's in artificial intelligence. There are so many artificial intelligence libraries for Python that it has just taken a complete hold in academics. I know that Swift is coming up, but for now, Python is just completely in control of that. Even though it's a fairly slow language, and you could just write these libraries for something like C++ and you would be getting so much more work done, but for some reason, it's just taken this hold. And that takes me on to another thing. Python is generally fairly slow. C++ is a very quick language because you have just lower level control and you have control over how your memory is basically released. So these languages have uses. If you take a REST API, for example, unless you need the absolute most speed, you're not going to write that in C++. No one would do that. That's dumb. You're going to do that in Node. You're going to do that in Python. You're going to do that in Ruby. Because it's generally not something where you need the utmost speed. You generally want to just get it working. And then with something like that, normally the speed comes from even further in the back end with your SQL statements. So optimizing your front end for your database, or I guess it's the back end for your web application, but the front end for your database, there's no point doing that because you're not going to get that much extra speed from doing that. So you might as well just do it in something that's far easier to write in. So I'm not saying there's no point in having discussions about languages. If you're trying to decide whether you want to build something in C# or in Java, for example, because these are two generally fairly comparable languages. Typically, C# is used for more small businesses and Java for larger enterprise applications, but for the sake of this discussion, we're going to just look at them as they are as languages. And for the most part, they're fairly similar. So I'm not saying there's no point in discussing the benefits of using C# over Java. What I'm saying is that there's no point defending a language or attacking another language just because you want to be on a team. It's the same with CPUs. There's people who are Intel fans, and there are people who are AMD fans, and there is no point in that. You should be using what is the best tool for the job at the time. If C# is the best language for what you want to do, then use C#. If Java is the best language for what you want to do, then use Java. Or not even that. If you have a team of people who are trained in C#, you're not going to do a Java application. Actually, you probably could because they're basically the same language. We'll go with another example. If you have a team trained in C#, you're not going to do something in Node, for example, because no one knows it. And it's the same in reverse. If you've got a team of Node developers, you're not going to build something in C# because that would be a massive waste of time and you have to retrain everyone. So you should be using what your staff know. And yeah, basically, there are tools for the job, and if you're not trained with a tool, then you're not going to be able to use it as effectively. Even if that is a better tool for the job, there are still times when you want to be using something that is potentially a worse tool, but you know how to use it far better. So I wasn't planning for this video to turn into a rant towards the end, but I think it works, so we're going to keep it in. So I think that might be pretty much everything for this video. If you like this video, remember to like and subscribe and hit the little bell icon below if you want to see more from our channel. And if you think your friends will like the video, remember to share it with them as well. So I don't have anything else to talk about, so yeah, I'm out.